Distribution, because I actually believe in redistribution, at least at a certain level, to make sure that everybody's got a shot.
Hello everyone, and welcome to the third installment of Reason Pundit TV. I wanted to make a real quick video today about some news that has come out in the form of video between the two candidates. So talking pure politics today, and to go along with it, a good dose of media corruption. So I'll try to keep this quick and get you informed as soon as possible. Now, more likely than not, you have already heard plenty about what has been going on in the Middle East over the past week or so, and the chaos related from that, and the deaths. If you need any information on that, just a quick Google search will get you up to speed. But really, it's changing by the day. And there's a lot of information coming out about whether or not the administration was aware of the security problems that were imminent, and it's really turning out to be a scandal, I think. At least according to reports, the administration, specifically the State Department, knew that there was a chance for a lot of this violence in Libya days before the attacks actually happened. They were warned 3 days before the attacks occurred. They were warned the day before, and there's even controversy surrounding what exactly happened throughout all this. Why was the ambassador at this little consulate in Benghazi, which wasn't really a consulate at all, it was a rented home? There are some theories which are pretty, rooted in fact. The one that I'm kind of going with right now is that of Glenn Beck's idea that these guys weren't just doing routine operations as far as an ambassadorship goes, that there might be other links to CIA or other governmental agencies, and that this had to do more with recovering weaponry instead of just traditional diplomacy. Go ahead and Google that as well, or you can go to theblaze.com and find that out. It's a very interesting read, and I think that as more information comes, that theory will be more or less true. But as you probably know from these last few days, the media doesn't want to talk about this at all because it totally damages President Obama's reputation on foreign policy. They've had this pact since 2007 that he is their guy, and he is putting forth the changes that a lot of people in the media want to see. Because, of course, we have a liberal media, if not a progressive media. Amongst all of the stories that are coming out of the Middle East, instead of reporting on them and reporting on them as headlines, what they're reporting as their headlines instead are supposed faults in the Romney campaign, and how the Romney campaign is falling apart, and this, that, and the other thing, which is complete spin and really isn't true. If anything, the Romney campaign has gotten a boost from the unfortunate events that have happened overseas. He gained, I believe, about 6% in Gallup's tracking polls between when the attacks occurred and today. So the Gallup, which is one of the most highly regarded polling agencies, now has the race at Obama 47, Romney 46. So to say that the Romney campaign is falling apart is completely disingenuous. And the media is focusing on the Romney campaign in much detail today, and a little bit yesterday as well. The news organization, Mother Jones, has released secret tape of Romney at this fundraiser that he was at in Florida. And supposedly in this video, which in total is about 40 minutes long. If you go to Mother Jones' website, you can see the whole thing there. But there's a specific portion that everybody is outraged about. And it's really not that outrageous. Take a look.
There are 47% of the people who will vote for the president no matter what. All right, there are 47% who are with him, who are dependent upon government, who believe that they are victims, who believe that government has a responsibility to care for them, who believe that they're entitled to health care, to food, to housing, to you name it. But it's an entitlement, and the government should give it to them. and they will vote for this president no matter what. And I mean, the president starts off with 48, 49, 40, he starts off with a huge number. These are people who pay no income tax. 47% of Americans pay no income tax. So our message of low taxes doesn't connect. And he'll be out there talking about tax cuts for the rich. I mean, that's what they sell every 4 years. And so my job is not to worry about those people. I'll never convince them that they should take personal responsibility and care for their lives. What I have to do is convince the 5 to 10% in the Senate that are independent, that are thoughtful, that look at voting one way or the other depending upon, in some cases, emotion, whether they like the guy or not.
Now, as you can see, all Romney is really talking about are statistics, and basically what he's been talking about more or less for his entire campaign. Although he has been kind of dancing around this. It's actually refreshing to me to see him talk this plainly. And he's really being forceful, finally, on Obama and on what the state of the country is. And because he's doing that, finally, the media is in an absolute tizzy. They don't like when these facts are put forth on the table, and they are more or less forced to report on it. The controversy, I guess, that they bring up is that Romney feels that 47% of Americans are in the bag for Obama because 47% of Americans do not pay any net income tax, which is a true fact. I will link in the description down below a story that was done by the Wall Street Journal today in their Election 2012 blog, where they dissect this portion of the video and point out that he's talking about factual information. He's not objectifying these people for the most part. I mean, he's stern, but he's not lying, and he's not over-exaggerating. Obama has created this sort of entitlement, or has perpetuated the entitlement society that we've had in this country for many years, and has expanded upon it. Under his administration, food stamps are at a record high. Under his administration, the labor force participation rate is the lowest that it's been in about 30 years. And you can keep going on and on down the line. We are at a place where 50% of people in this country are receiving government assistance in one shape or another, be it food stamps or Medicare or Social Security. 1 out of 2 people. For conservatives, and for Romney in particular, it's very difficult for them to breach this gap and convince people that the right thing to do is to cut back on these entitlement programs because they're breaking the bank. We can't afford it anymore. The media does not like this because it plays into their agenda as well. A society that is dependent upon the federal government is also more likely to be dependent upon journalists, in the Beltway and the mainstream media in general to be told what to think, how to think, and what the truth is. When in fact, all they do is spin, and people buy into it. And it'll be interesting to see what happens in these next couple of days because just about 2 hours ago there was a video released that is now at the top of the Drudge Report. It's a old audio clip from back from 1998, where Barack Obama was a part of a panel discussion at Loyola University, and he admits something that conservatives have known all along and have proven, but he's never spoken this plainly. Take a look.
Let me just close by saying, as we think about the policy research surrounding the issues that I just named, policy research for the working poor, broadly defined, I think that what we're going to have to do is somehow resuscitate the notion that government action can be effective at all. There has been a systematic, I don't think it's too strong to call it a propaganda campaign against the possibility of government action and its efficacy. And I think some of it has been deserved. Chicago Housing Authority has not been a model of good policy making, and neither necessarily have been the Chicago Public Schools. What that means then is that as we try to resuscitate this notion that we're all in this thing together, leave nobody behind, we do have to be innovative in thinking what are the delivery systems that are actually effective and meet people where they live. And my suggestion, I guess, would be that the trick, this is one of the few areas where I think there are technical issues that have to be dealt with as opposed to just political issues. I think the trick is figuring out how do we structure government systems that pool resources and hence facilitate some redistribution, because I actually believe in redistribution, at least at a certain level, to make sure that everybody's got a shot.
Now, as you can see, it's pretty hard to deny that Barack Obama is in favor of redistribution of wealth. He told it to Joe the plumber, he has said it on many other occasions, and he's just saying it flat out right here, and it's undeniable. Barack Obama believes in redistribution of wealth. So for all the people who say that he's not a socialist, it might be time to shut up, because you're wrong. And like I say, it'll be really interesting to see if the media owns up to its own standards of reporting on things that are potentially damaging to a presidential campaign, and to see if they will report just as hard on this video as they have on Mitt Romney's video. So if you can, spread this post far and wide, make it known to everyone, especially your friends who are Obama supporters, that the media is not on the side of the American people who deserve to be told the truth, but is rather on the side of those in power that want control of you. As always, you can follow me on Twitter at SchulerJ, and go to the blog as well at reasonpundit.wordpress.com. And if you would, please subscribe to my blog via email updates. If you do that, you'll get a quick little email every time that I post something new to the site, and you'll be able to keep up with everything that happens with Reason Pundit. As always, thank you very much for watching. See you next time.